I'd like to talk today a little bit more about sexuality, particularly the question of homosexuality. I'm looking at dominance and how different issues of our time are affected by a dominating or a correct order or view of the issues. And I think when it comes to homosexuality, and it's a post that I'd like to explore over a few posts, it seems to me that within Christian circles, the question's asked for usually one of four reasons, and you may want to come back to me on this and disagree, and that's fine. The first reason I think that people ask the question about what's Christian view of homosexuality is because they're looking for a theological position that they're jostling down at one end, maybe a more conservative end, or they're jostling at a liberal end, and it's how they define themselves on this scale. A second possibility is that it's a quick win question, if you like. At least it doesn't really affect them. They're not gay in any sense of the word, and therefore it's very easy to point to a minority and say, well, look, they're clearly wrong. Most of us are normal, in inverted commas, and great on our good. Third possibility is for people who are a bit like me, really, who had a past which has been confusing with regard to their sexuality. I have thought quite a lot about sex and what it means to be a Christian, and what it means to explore some of the feelings and the emotions and the cause of those within me, and whether they are a normal part of me, or perhaps they are regards to something in my past. But I think in terms of my Christian experience, it's been one where it's not been particularly helpful, and I haven't found many places to reflect about my sexuality in a way that it's been helpful, and in many regards it's been a journey of me learning to be open and honest and share my life, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be anybody else's experience. And the final group I can think of who might be interested in this question is people who maybe are gay themselves, or people who know people who are gay, and they're asking that question specifically about not just what does God, Christianity, the Bible say about sexuality, but what does the Bible, Christianity, God say about my sexuality and myself. To give an example of that, I have a friend of mine who works in a very creative environment, and he works quite closely with a number of gay people, and he finds it's particularly unhelpful to think about his friends as people who are going to hell for their sexuality, and is becoming increasingly convinced that maybe it's the wrong question, or the wrong way, or even the wrong frame of looking at things. So that's what I think. I think there probably are more reasons for asking this question. That's been my recent experience, so please come and push back at me if you think different. If you are also thinking about this question, I'd love to hear why you are thinking about it, and indeed, is this the right question to ask? You might have a view about that yourself, or indeed you might even have the answer to the question, and in which case, again, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much indeed.